If you're a fan of shapes, it is your lucky day. That's a shaped cat, like a big scoop of soft serve. So very unit. I fucking love shapes. Body! Gumdrop animal! Now that is a shape! Orbular little lass. Your testimonials are increasing her power. I hope she likes hugs and little head smooches because that's what she'll get from me looking so fluffy like that. Squat crocambouche. Motherfucker limited. The creature ever. Oh, she's a squishmallow. Love is stored in the shape. Chubby. Fucking chumby. Creature. Please, she is growing too strong. Just a reminder that fictional characters aren't real people who need to be held to account for their actions. They are vehicles to tell a story. Their flaws and contradictions are a feature and not a bug, and appreciating the role they play in the story is not a moral failing. I hate driving because you have to do everything perfectly as fast as possible or everyone around you will announce their displeasure with air horns. Oh, and if you mess up, you die and kill a bunch of people at the same time. Literally, like disarming a bomb. Except there's a peanut gallery watching you, and they've each got an air horn and also another bomb. So here's the problem. I once yelled because I saw a centipede, and my boyfriend commentated, "A friend." And when I said, "No," he added, "and maybe a lover." The problem is, now this has become standard procedure for referring to centipedes. So now I get messages like, "A lover! Lover spotted within my dresser! No thank you! Why is my name Beef in your phone?" You know, like BF. Being an adult is just dragging yourself kicking and screaming to things that you will enjoy and that will be good for you. Clenching my teeth and muttering under my breath, "You'll be happy you did it, you'll be happy you did it, you'll be happy you did it," as I physically force myself out the door to go do things. Being very firm with myself every time I think about bailing and saying, "No, you committed to this, it will improve your quality of life, you will enjoy it, now put on your big boy pants and go." No one asked for this one, but if you made lore for a character you've had since you were 16, and you're in your 20s now and have a better grasp of narrative structure and power creep, you can just retcon the dumb stuff. Like, you can do that, for free. You're not beholden to the junk you wrote 5 years ago, and you don't need to justify removing it if it sucks. This is actually really valuable. Every writer should keep this in mind. That's also part of the reason you shouldn't look back at your old writing and label it as pure trash. You didn't know what you were doing back then. You do now. If you learn to love bugs with all your heart, the world will feel half as hostile and 1,000 times as big. Can confirm. You know that vast sensation you get when you look up at the stars and go, "Wow, there are whole other worlds out there, massive, mysterious, and unknown." I have that same sensation when I crouch down to look at dirt, mud, grass, tree roots, anthills, rotten logs, leaf litter, roadkill, big dry rocks that I'm not strong enough to turn over. There are whole other worlds down there, mysterious, and just known enough for me to feel it when I stare at them. Whoa, dude. Feeling bad? I'm gonna go on Petfinder and find the most bizarre cat names possible. We'll report back with any notable ones. Notable entries: Celery Prince, Blue Dabbity, Brussels Sprout, Skype, Toby, very gentle and sweet, Edward Cullen, James, female, That's Amore, Revolver, Mr. Cardboard, might I add, the Magical Cheese Wizard Provolone Dave. Get asked, idiot. Get answered, idiot. Get replied, idiot. Get screenshotted, idiot. Get reblogged, idiot. Get tagged, idiot. Get peer-reviewed, idiot. Image description: a screenshot of a reply that reads, "Get replied, idiot." A screenshot of Tumblr tags reading, "Get tagged, idiot." End ID: get image described, idiot. Get polled, idiot. Idiot. Get queued, idiot. Get liked and saved for a future Tumblr reading video, idiot. Get added to the main post, idiot. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Get rickrolled, idiot. Get read in a Tumblr reading video, idiot. Haha, the post is now complete. Sometimes you meet someone, and it's so clear so immediately that the two of you, on some level, belong together. As lovers, or as friends, or as family, or as something entirely different. You just work, whether you're in love, or creating things together, or foxhole buddies, or partners in crime. It's so clear, right off the bat, that this is what you're supposed to be doing, that this is what you're for. You meet these people throughout your life, out of nowhere, under the strangest of circumstances, and they help you make a life. I don't know if that makes me believe in coincidence, or fate, or sheer blind luck, but it definitely makes me believe in something. This was so beautiful. How could I not share this? I got the Miku ramen. My BF said it is 1, good, 2, nuclear blue. Like more blue than the color itself blue. I'll try it later tonight and post a follow-up. Okay, so standard rice noodles, unusual for something labeled as ramen, and the powder is just a tinge off-white. I can detect blue. Added boiling water up to the fill line and let it set for 4 minutes. And it is so fucking blue! It is bluer than the fucking color! They noodle-fied Miku's hair! Baby girl, you are soup now! That's so blue! Blue glow of Cherenkov radiation from underwater nuclear reactors. They weren't kidding when they said nuclear blue! That looks like someone murdered Sonic! How the hell do I... Are you lost, little one? I will show you the way, child. You need only give me your name. First of all, I'm not a child, so jot that down. Very well, traveler. Give me your name. You give me your name first. You want me to give you my name? You want my name? Give me yours. Trade. Trade? Oh, haha, yes, of course. What a charmer. Under the twilight star, the entire forest shall bear witness to our union. Until then, my newly betrothed. What? They didn't give me any fucking directions. Wait, so is that what happens when you ask the Fae for their name instead of you letting them have yours? What, they're now engaged? Does the traveler like that? Whatever. I'm not gonna say it again. Seasonings include herbs and spices, along with minerals and chemicals used to season food. Salt, citric acid, and MSG are all examples of seasonings that are not herbs or spices. Herbs are flavorful leaves. Only leaves. Doesn't matter if it's dried, fresh, whole, or ground. If it is a leaf, it is an herb. Spices are flavorful parts of plants that are not leaves. These include seeds, berries, stems, bark, roots, flowers, buds, not leaves. Thank you. Things are heating up in the cooking fandom. That's how cooking works. If you are in your late 20s or early 30s, you are finally beginning to experience a true sense of separation and alienation from youth culture and to naturally identify more with other adults as your peers. And that's a normal part of being an adult and moving into that stage of your life, and you must recognize it as such and resist the ancient joker's trick that is the urge to jump to the conclusion that nothing has changed about you and it is instead the children that have gotten weirder. Yesterday, I scalded my hand at work when boiling water sloshed over the side of a mug. I made some joke about being clumsy to the kind scientist who was offering me first aid. Then he looked me in the eye and said in the most serious tone, "We are all victims of physics." I love this scientist man who has probably been, on many occasions, a victim of physics. Reblog if you have been a victim of physics. If you or a loved one has been a victim of physics, you may be entitled to financial compensation. That reminds me of an old friend of ours that would, like, whenever he was clumsy or dropped something, he would say, "Ah, physics," instead of, cursing. It was so funny. This is your daily, friendly reminder to use commas instead of periods during the dialogue of your story, she said with a smile. Unless you are following the dialogue with an action and not a dialogue tag. He took a deep breath and sat back down after making the clarifying statement. However, she added, shifting in her seat, it's appropriate to use a comma if there's action in the middle of a sentence. True, she glanced at the others. You can also end with a period if you include an action between two separate statements. Things I didn't know. And, she waved a pen as though to underline her statement. If you're interrupting a sentence with an action, you need to type 2 hyphens to make an end dash. You guys have no idea how many students in my advanced fiction workshop didn't know any of this when writing their stories. Reblog to save a life. I'm at a 70s themed cat funeral. That sentence has so much to unpack. What is a 70s themed cat funeral? A funeral for a dead cat that happens to be 70s themed. I'm sorry for whoever lost their cat, but good on them for still having a fun funeral? It's a bop, honestly. The cat died 4 years ago, so the grieving is over. This whole situation keeps getting weirder. It's been in his freezer for 4 years. What? So I asked a friend what was up, and she replied with this, and I feel like I'm in an episode of The Twilight Zone. Yeah, I wouldn't blame you for that. Greek mythology. Unfortunately, Zeus was horny. Norse mythology. Unfortunately, Loki was bored. Egyptian mythology. Unfortunately, Set was envious. Japanese mythology. Unfortunately, Susanu was rude. Dine mythology. Unfortunately, Coyote had a good idea. Celtic mythology. Unfortunately, you pissed off the Fae. Hindu mythology. Unfortunately, another Asura managed to obtain a boon from Brahma, Vishnu, or Shiva. I love how everyone's mythology has some variation of, and then there was this asshole. I'm sorry, is this a screenshot of a Tumblr post that's sourced to Facebook? Oh my god, we will never find the original post, will we? Let's make a color together. Red, green, blue. Once the results are done, I'll multiply 255 to the decimal version of the percentage and see what color we make. Here's the result. A nice looking color. Good work, everyone. You're crying from Tumblr color? The hundreds of strangers perhaps unintentionally mimicking the website that brought them together got to me, alright? When there's an old photograph and the guy in it is really old, it's like, wow, that guy is super old. Comrade Hair, photographed in 1852 at the age of 103. He was born in 1749 and is thought to be the earliest born person ever photographed. I am experiencing emotions about locking photographic gaze with a man who was born in the middle of the 18th century. This dude was an adult already during the American Revolutionary War-ish. He was getting real-time news of the unfolding of France's emperors. What? What? He is looking at me! Just had a terrific idea for a funny character name. He's an Italian mob boss. Think Don Corleone from The Godfather, but more cheesy. They call him Big Al, and the front of his operation is a spaghetti restaurant. His full name, or his alias, whichever is funnier, is Al Dente. As an Italian, I can confirm that it's a fantastic name.